Hey everyone, this is Vickerman coming to you with a little bit of a special short series. Picked up a trial account of Final Fantasy XIV. Thought it would be fun to just kind of see what this is all about, because I really know next to nothing about it. Played a couple months of World of Warcraft, so I kind of know a little bit about MMOs, but I never did Final Fantasy XI or this one, so I thought I'd give it a try and just kind of share with everyone just kind of my experiences as a newcomer coming in. So I've done just a little bit here, started a character here, but I'm going to make a new one for this playthrough. So if you don't know, Final Fantasy XIV this is called a Realm Reborn because the original Final Fantasy XIV was taken down. Not real clear about all that went down, but apparently it was not, just wasn't as what people were expecting, so they took it down, did a lot of fixes, and now people are saying it's pretty good. And it looks really nice so far. So now we need to pick the race and gender. Basically we got the Hyur here, that are basically humans, and the Elezen. As you can see, they're kind of elvish. The Lalafell are like little gnomish halfling folk with like a mushroom head. You know, kind of, well, more of an onion. Perhaps drawing on the Onion Kid from previous Final Fantasies. The Mikote are cat-like creatures, much like the Khajiit in Elder Scrolls. And then the Rogadin are big old strong people. The blue skin makes me kind of think of Ronsos too from Final Fantasy X. But these are all, as far as I know, they have not been featured in any previous Final Fantasy. As you might expect, every Final Fantasy is a totally different universe, not really connected except for chocobos and moogles and airships and things. So I think for the Let's Play, let's do a Mikote, just because they're kind of interesting. You got tails. So once you pick a race, you got to pick a clan as well, which is kind of like a sub-race, and it has little differences in stats. Mostly is the big difference. So this Seeker of the Sun here, basically, well, they're the ones that you see more often of this race, and because they live during the day when people will see them, and these guys are more nocturnal. They're a little more secretive and whatnot. So the stat difference here is these got a little more strength and dexterity and vitality, quite a big difference. These, however, have more mind and pi. You know, I don't even know what that last stat is. P-I-E. Pi. Okay. You know, in my experience, you can never have too much pi, so let's go with the Keeper of the Moon. Okay, we can change the height here. Short and tall. Not a huge range for this one. I did the Elezen and they had quite a big range because they tend to be taller. Let's make him a little short. You know, he never sees the light of day, so he should be pretty darn pale, you would think. Oh, okay, we can pick a tail. That's kind of cool. Okay. So I like this little furry one there. It's pretty nice. Oh, it changed the length. Short, long. Let's have a real long tail. And the hairstyle. These are all like anime styled hair here. Oh my. Emo cat man. Sounds like a superhero gone wrong. I did see one that I kind of sort of liked. I think that's as acceptable as it gets. Okay, so we can change the hair color. I think either black or white is really makes sense. Maybe we can do tabby or something. That'd be lovely. I think I'm gonna do black. Okay, face. Not a whole lot of options. I'll just stick with this one, I think. Jaw. Give him a nice pointy chin. Eye shape. Huh. Very subtle differences, but we'll do that one. Iris, let's do large. Eye color. Let's do a nice, well, that's turquoise, isn't it? I thought that was green. Here, that looks nice. Eyebrows. Let's give him a little bit of a sad eyebrow. Nose. Maybe something a little cat-like, you know. Mouth. Wonder if these guys have fangs. Lip color. I don't want to give him lip color. Oh, that looks kind of interesting. You have kind of a shade of his eyes there. Okay, as weird as that is. Oh, I see. We can add the facial features here. Extra thick eyebrow. Eyeshadow. Oh, a scar across the face. I think I'm alright. Tattoos. No. No tattoos, I think. Face paint. I suppose those little bits on there already are not not face paint. Yeah, I'm not doing face paint. So the voices I'm using, of course. They do have fangs. Good. Need something not insane sounding. Or maybe insane's good. Oh, brilliant. Good enough, I think. Here he is. And we can use these little tools here to change the way he's looking for fun. Isn't this a pretty game? Look at that. Hope it's not all for naught and it's just a carbon copy of WoW. But we'll see. Oh, nice place you got there. Okay, so we will go with this character here. Let's save that. I'm gonna save it on slot 2. Nice dancing. Okay, the date of birth. Not sure it matters that much. Fourth umbral moon, 7. I have no idea what that is, or when that is, or what's going on, but we'll do it. And the patron deity. I think these give you slight resistance bonuses to different elements, depending on which one you choose. So we got Helone, the mover of glaciers and goddess of war. Menfinia, keeper of the moon and goddess of love. She commands the element of ice associated with the second moon of the Orsian calendar. Menfina is the sister of Aziema and the divine lover of Oshon. She is most often depicted as a maid carrying a round skillet. Her symbol is the full moon. You know, I think I'll stop right there because I figure this moon guy would worship the moon goddess. It makes sense to me, so we'll go with that. Now we'll pick the starting class. Now, in this game, apparently you can switch classes kind of at will and level up all sorts of different classes by changing your equipment. But the starting class determines where you can start out and all that stuff, and it changes the city that you start with in the game, so it's a different story and all that based on your class. And you can see this guy is quite the dancer. Oh, but we have a gladiator, which is your sword and board type of character. Pugilist is a hand-to-hand combat, unarmed type of person. I've never been a fan of that, but the Marauder is going to be your two-handed weapon specialist. Brute force, relying on strength and steel to crush enemies and sunder weapons. Then there's the Lancer. Outrange your opponent and fluster them with long two-handed polearms, peppering them with a barrage of thrusting attacks. And then the Archer, which is of course your ranged unit. Then we have magic classes, Conjurer, which is kind of like a nature-y type of thing. I think they say that most often this is defensive type magic for the most part, whereas the Thaumaturge is going to be more offensive type of magic. And then the Arcanist is, I'm not really sure. Somehow it's different. I'm not really sure. Maybe that's a good reason to go ahead and play as that class, because I would like to know what it is. It says it's an adepts of the art of Arcanum, derive their might from symbols of power born of geometric technique, hailing from across the southern seas. Hailed within occult grimoires, these symbols lend shape to the Arcanist's aether, thereby allowing him to produce myriad powerful spells, using the self-same symbols to unlock the latent power contained within gemstones. Arcanists are able to summon forth the familiar known as Carbuncle to carry out their bidding. Now, Carbuncle is a familiar name for Final Fantasy summons. Yeah, let's do the Arcanist. That'll start us off in Limsa Lomensa, on the southern coast of the island of Vilbrand, under the shadow of ancient cliffs worn by the relentless onslaught of the Rotano Sea, lies the Thalassocracy. I'm not sure what that is, of Limonosa. Its economy is driven primarily by shipping, but boasts lucrative shipbuilding, fishing, and smithing industries as well. To maintain the safety of the maritime routes, the city employs a formidable navy known as the Knights of the Barracuda. Even so, pirate bands run rampant in the nearby waters, reaving and pillaging. Okay, so we will go to Limsa Lamensa. Exodus. World is another name for the server on which you're... Okay, so I have to pick a server here. I can't remember which one I used for the other character. I suppose it doesn't matter that much, really. Let's just go with Exodus. Now, last time I tried this, all the random ones were taken, so I'm guessing that random is not all that dynamic. Debiya Chelaway. Rinha. Wilzun. Yenir Lam Fatal. Unali Betwanye. Amha Pole Tayoli Kamazam. It's a cool name. Figured as much. Let's keep Tayoli and yeah, Moonkin, I work with my moon affinity here. So let's begin the game with this character. Alright, so I think we get a fabled Square Enix opening cutscene where, as usual, you are left confused, not knowing what's going on. Perhaps intentionally. I would think intentionally because they've been doing it forever. To just kind of throw you into this alternate world and, let you try to figure things out. Which is kind of a cool strategy. It's a bit like a good fiction book that would just kind of start in the middle of action instead of a whole bunch of exposition. So here we are in the Milky Way galaxy or some galaxy, just floating around in a magical bubble of fairy dust. And now we're falling. Or descending. Seems more stately than falling.
Here.
I'm here. I'm hearing. What do you want to say?
Here. Feel.
Very cryptic. These are all things we can do. Don't go towards the light, man. Don't go towards the light. That's pretty trippy. Whoa! I told you. Oh.
Here. Feel. Think.
Okay. Magical powers. The power of reading. Reading rainbow. I wonder if literacy will prevail. Okay, so let's see what happens. Oi, you alright, lad? No. Huh. Hey! You were moaning in your sleep, the sweating buckets besides. Rolling of the ship got your stomach churning, has it? You pirate. Don't seem like seasickness now that I look at you. It'll be the aether then, I reckon. Some are more sensitive than the stuff than others, see, and we ain't too far from Vilbrand now, which is chock full of aetherites. No need to fret though, you'll soon get used to it. Just like me and the rolling of the ship. Might as well have been bloomin' seasickness ships leaping round like a demented chocobo today. I reckon I might head out on deck, get myself a breath of fresh air. Limsa Lamensa's still a fair way off, in case you were wondering. Seeing as you're awake and all, how's about you keep me company till we get there? Them young'uns don't much care for conversation, see? Okay. Any road. Brennan's the name, and peddlin's me trade. Any road. It's an odd exclamation. Oh, how lovely. Got a guy with a funny walk going on. Oh my. That's quite the captain's quarters there. Smell that salty sea breeze. Now then, lad, judging by your unusual garments, I'd say you're one of them new adventurers in the worm. Yeah. I knew it. Going wherever the wind blows, seeking fortune and glory. Now that's what I call living. So long as you can avoid dying, I mean. Ain't no secret that adventuring's a risky business these days, especially. What was it that first attracted you to it? Okay, so... I say to amass a fortune. Fortune, eh? Well, it's a dream we've all had one time or another. Once you've learned to handle yourself in a fight, you'll want to pay a visit to whichever crafting or gathering guild tickles your fancy. Limsa Lamenta is renowned for its smithies and armorers, not to mention its fisherfolk, and then there's its cooks, of course. Adventuring ain't just about killing things, after all. A peaceful pastime may well help make you forgotten. Just remember, though, there's more important things than fortune and glory, such as breathing. Ain't no profit in being dead, and that's a fact. Now, you should probably cite your sources on that. Cannons! Oh! We're under attack! Ships off the starboard bow, pirate colors! Arr! Don't worry, I've got a book. I can save our lives. Pirates, bloody hells! Oh, sorry. Wrong accent, but that's okay. Have you no sense? Get below! Better listen to him, he's big. Well then, what is the world coming to? Pirates firing on a ship flying Lamensan colors. Bastards either have a boatload of balls or bugger all for brains. Perhaps both. You can rest easy, folks. We've made it out of cannon range, and no buccaneers or bark'll will catch this flighty temptress once the wind's in her sails. Well, that's good. That was too bleeding close. Glad one of us kept his head on his shoulders. I reckon I'd have lost mine otherwise. If them pirates gave up the chase, we must be close to port. Let's head up deck and have a look, shall we? Yeah, let's go look. Quite the grandiose captain here. By the by, is this your first trip to Limsa Lamenta? Ah, yes it is. It is! Well then, let this journeyed itinerant tell you the ins and outs of the destination. Limsa Lamenta prides itself on being Eorzea's foremost naval power. Aye. Weren't too long ago that the place was ruled by pirates, but thanks to the current admiral's civilizing influence, the city-state could almost pass for a respectable nation. You'd never guess she was once a rum-swilling buccaneer herself. Of course, most folk ain't so quick to change, and with a town full of liberty-loving ruffians, you can imagine how many naysayers and troublemakers she's got to deal with. like them pirates who took a fancy to us just now. And if that weren't bad enough, I've heard the Sahagan are raiding the coast just as bold as you please. Them are the sea-dwelling beastmen the locals call fishbacks, in case you didn't know. I didn't. Ah, at last, land ho. Having an interesting conversation behind us. Behold, Limsa Lamensa, a nation blessed by the ocean's bounty and beloved of Limlayan, goddess of navigation. Aye. Time to read my book in peace. Well then.
On a windswept isle in the southwestern corner of the realm.
Ooh.
Amidst the roiling waves of the Lotano Sea.
I'll say it again.
Lies the
It's a very beautiful
city
game.
state of Limsa Lominsa. To this haven for
very
bandits
cool.
and brigands, cutthroats and curs, seekers of both freedom and fortune, comes a lone adventurer.
That's me! Ooh, big crystal.
Lone yet not alone, for the hero's
I like my
arrival
big
has
crystals.
drawn the gaze of the nation's patron deity, Lim Lane.
Lim Lane, I was totally off. Who
What
knew?
realm-shaking fate has she descried in the churning waters of
The
this mortal's
the
future?
freaking ship has a portcullis and drawbridge? What kind of crazy thing is this? I guess I'm a cat man, I shouldn't talk. Hey buddy. Boo! Ah, here's where we part ways, son. That guy looked intense, right behind us. I'm off to the markets to deliver me wares, then it's on to the high road for me. Yeah, I want you to have this by way of thanks for saving me arse earlier. What is it? What did you just give me? Hey, you never did tell me your name, did ya? Well, here's an idea. Become the sort of storied personage I can brag about having met, and I'll consider us square. You know, if he gives stuff to every single person who starts this game, he
Through
must be
peril
very
and
poor.
hardship, discovery and triumph, may the navigator guide this brave soul on his life's voyage.
Well, thanks.
Till sea swallows all.
Oh, geez. That is, optimistic. Final Fantasy XIV. Okay, big old crystal there. Massive crystal. Oh yeah, love me some massive crystal. Well, well, well. Hey, you there! Yellow Jacket Infantryman. I mean you. This is my district, and I make it my business to know all of the scum that washes up in it. Well, you too. And an adventurer fresh off the boat is it? Well then. Allow one of Limsa Lamensa's finest to set you on the right path. Hop to it, lad. I haven't got all day. Okay, so here's our chat menu there. Welcome to Limsa Lamensa, a bustling city-state filled with scoundrels and brigands, the rough-cut diamond of the Rotano Sea. Please select the control scheme you used to use. I'm going to use the mouse and keyboard. Because, you know, there are a lot of skills, I think, and not having that, using the gamepad seems like it'd be a little difficult. Follow the instructions to move the character and adjust the position of the camera. Oh, it's all very true. When you're ready, proceed to speak to Roslo. Okay, got it. Ruin. Deals unaspected damage with a potency of 80. I really don't know what that means. But, seems like a attack spell of some kind. Once you've initiated a quest, a prompt will appear detailing its objectives and rewards. Click on the Accept button on the lower left to add the quest to your current list of duties. Okay, I'll do it. I'll go and register with the Adventurers Guild. Man, I feel short. Now then, I'm sure you're itching to explore, but adventurers are required to register their presence in the city, and without a bit of local knowledge, you'll like to get your throat slit in some piss-stinking alley. So before you do anything else, get yourself over to the Drowning Wench and enroll with the Adventurers Guild. Oh, geez, what a name. Over there, I presume. It's not far. Just head straight down this street and speak to Grayfar. He'll show you how to work that big moving platform we call the Crow's Lift that'll take you up to the pub. And once you're there, look for the fellow by the name of Bataron. He's the proprietor of the Winch. He might curse like an ale-sodden sailor, but the man's got a soft spot for wide-eyed newcomers like yourself. He'll set you straight. Got all that good. Now run along and may the navigator guide you on your journey. Well, thanks. This is an additional helpful thing. You know, talk to the dudes with the exclamation point, and you get some quests. You've begun a quest. Use the duty list to help you complete your task. Duty list over there underneath the mini-map. It just gives us the next steps, and if you click on one of the tasks, it'll show you where that is on the map over here, which is the area map. So, all pretty standard stuff, really. But I think we have done enough for this episode, so I hope you'll join me next time as I continue my free trial of Final Fantasy XIV, and if you like the game, I'll put the link in the description to try a free trial for yourself. Alright, catch you next time.